no idea how I look right now. That's a lie. There's a mirror in front of me. My head. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, hi, welcome. Oh! She hasn't got her mic set up. What is she doing? Okay, so today we're reacting to my TikTok For You page. Now, I don't know why it took me so long to figure out what my debut YouTube video was going to be. I've recorded a lot of random shit in the last 24 hours, and a lot of it didn't go well. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It's just been too much. It's been too much. If you haven't already, go check out the YouTube channel description, because I've been rambling and dribbling on about what this channel is and who I am and yada 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 for a lot in the last 24 hours, and I'm getting really tired of hearing my own name. So if you want to know who I am and what this is, just go have a gaze at the description. Thank you so much. In terms of all my other socials, if you care enough to find them, you'll find them. It's all under the same name. Just nothing's going well. I'm starting to think the universe is trying to tell me something. Kryptonite with TikTok is the comment section. If I just stayed out of the comment section, I wouldn't have nearly of a bad day as I do, because I just think people are really dumb. And it triggers me a lot, which is why I go and yell on my Snapchat. I'm just not convinced you're up high enough. Stop. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? There's so much. All right, are we ready? Let's open up the comments. Wow, not nearly as many people are bothered by the dog being hung up upside down than I am. TikTok once again humbles me for the 1,000,000th time. My personal problem with TikTok is it makes me feel crazy. Because 1 minute I think I figured it out. 1 minute I think I figured out this PC realm that we're all living in, the political correct system we've all built up. As soon as I think I finally understand it and I got it under control, TikTok does an Uno reverse. And suddenly we're all laughing about this dog being hung upside down. When yesterday, dude, algorithms! I'm telling you, don't believe your algorithms. Why does anyone want to be pregnant, and why does anyone want a child? Now, to be clear, I'm not saying, like, I understand why people want to be mothers and fathers. What I don't understand is why you want to go through the things that give you that title. I'm sorry, but a little itty bitty human saying, I love mummy, is not enough to convince me to split my pelvis in half. My belly just cut open and a child removed. Like, no, I don't want that either. I'd say that's all smooth sailing. What do I do then? Raise it? Feed it? Hang out with it? Nah, you won't catch me. You won't catch me doing that, brethren. Not now, not ever. I have cool auntie duties, and that's where I draw the line. Actually, that's where I draw the line. Another hot take. I knew this TikTok video would be good. It really gets me going. I think if you're aware you're mentally ill, and I think if you're aware kids are going to be very challenging, you should not have children. Now, I'm not saying people with mental illnesses should not have children. That is not a blank statement, so do not go and twist my words. What I'm saying is if whatever you have, you don't have under control or don't know how to regulate or whatever or so forth, you're actually a really selfish human being for popping out a child because it's cute and fluffy. I have BPD, I have borderline personality disorder. Whoop! Try and put me in a box, I dare you. And I will not have children. For the sheer fact that statistically, most people with BPD have borderline parents or parent, usually a mother. I'm not doing that. I am not passing down the psychotic traits that live in my head rent-free. I'm not doing that. That is so selfish. And like, there are plenty of mothers with BPD who are fantastic mothers. But not me, bitch. I'm out here just trying to record a quick little fun TikTok video, and my dog will not stop whining at me to play fetch with that freaking ball, and it's driving me nuts. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I was here trying to do this right now and I had mummy?
No. Am I gonna be okay? Hell yeah. Take my heart.
See, moments like that, you'll catch me for a second. You'll catch me for a split second going, how nice it would be to rewrite some wrongs. How nice it would be to, I don't know, do better, I guess. Because that's what we want, right? Whether you had fantastic parents or not, you don't have children to do the same. You have children to do better. Maybe I could. And then I remember I have BPD, and if my kids were living room kids, it would probably drive me fucking nuts. Get out of my living room. Because I'm a bedroom kid. As I am right now, 23, recording in my bedroom. Bedroom kid, forever and always. If and when I ever get my own bloody house, I will do everything in my living room. I will do everything in my living room. All of it. Eat, sleep, shower. I will do all of it in my living room. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Sound the alarm. Children are not your projects. Children are not put here for you to feel better about how shitty your life went. That's a hard pill to swallow, that one. And beyond that, I just want to make a PSA to the parents with only children, because I see this on my TikTok a lot. Just because you have another kid, so they have a friend, doesn't mean they're going to be friends. Very well could be spawning a demon that is the main ingredient to any and all mental illnesses that kid may develop. So I just want you to keep that in mind. So I reckon just have one child, give them all the love and attention, but like fuck them up a little bit. Because they've got to have a sense of humor. They've got to have a sense of humor. Maybe push them down a flight of stairs one time and then they'll be good.
Pick up my friend for the night, all goes well, gets in the car, chatting, all sweet, no awkward tension. I'm like, sweet, this is going so well, loving it. Chemistry's there, pull into Yoach, stroll in. I grab the normal size cup, right, like the small one, that's all you need. Anything else, outrageous.
For him to even
Middle
say
cup.
that aggravates me. I want to believe this is a skit. I genuinely want to believe that. But the thing is, the people that are up in here, in the comments being like, it's a skit, you guys don't know how to take a joke. I'm worried you're all just very ignorant to the kind of people that walk this planet. Now, this man right now in this second very well could be a skit, and again, I'm praying to the Oh Lords, I don't even know if that's the right way to do it, that it is a skit. But I need you to know that I run into these people on the street. I speak to these people in the lines to the kiosks in Woolworths. I see these people with my eyes, and I think that's why I have such a rough time existing on this planet with everyone. Because I'm a bit of an extrovert. I like to chat. I like to get to know strangers. There's so many stories to be told and so many cool things to learn. If you just chat with good old Nancy at the sidewalk, or good old Derek behind the register, or good old Susan at the library, there's so many things to learn. But that means there's so many things to learn. And it's about something being a skit or not being a skit. Just know that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. that if it's a skit or not, because there's a reason. There's a reason they call it rage bait. That rage comes from somewhere. It's because it's relatable. It's because we see it every damn fucking day. And it's aggravating. Aussie men. Aussie men actually need to pick up their game. It's horrific.
Mine, very reasonably rationing each thing. I feel like with Yochi, it's just a quick shh, shh, you know, you don't need much. I'm looking at my date. Shh. I'm like, fuck, man, what are you doing? Like, seriously. Filling up that whole cup. I'm like, no.
I'm gonna tread very carefully here. So I'm what I'd like to say, a realistic feminist. I don't think I'm all that radical with my views and opinions. And I like to make sure the balance is going both ways. Not that I think a man is responsible for buying or paying for a date. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I've never gone on a Tinder date or any date at all and expected that man to pay. Never. Would it be nice? Of course it would, but it'd also be nice if I'd pay and I'm not paying. I don't know who you are. maybe it's the undiagnosedism, but I'm telling you right now, I don't know who you are. I owe you nothing. You don't know who I am. You don't owe me nothing. I'll pay for my own dinner. We've got it, bro. It's all good. But the point that I'm getting at here, don't go on a date with someone if you don't have the funds to cover a minimum of 2 Yoki cups. At least large. Always budget for the higher. You can probably see my eyes wandering. I'm trying to figure out where my glasses are because I'm getting a smashing fucking headache.
Oh my god,
Finally, I'm on chronic illness TikTok. How long did it have to take? Even my phone couldn't validate the fact that I'm in chronic pain all the time. Thank frick for that. I'm finally on chronic TikTok because that's a good hack, actually. That's a really good hack. Chronic illness hacks from my caregiver for long appointment days. That's a good hack. I don't have a car that's sustainable for that kind of behavior, but that's a good hack. I also don't have medical professionals who give enough of a fuck to organize appointments for me in which I would have to have long appointment days for, because no one gives a fuck about Velma. Don't need to be a negative Nancy. But if you knew half of the bullshit I have had to go through to merely get an x-ray, you'd be mad too. You'd be mad too.
You know what I just don't care about? What you did more than 3 years ago. If there's something that you used to do and you haven't done in like at least 3 years, doesn't matter to me anymore. I would just like to preface that I'm gay. I'm a lesbian and I'm a girl's girl and my whole page is built on being a girl's girl. 5 years ago, I was dating men. 5 years ago, I was telling anyone that would listen to me that I hate all women and that I don't want to be friends with them. 5 years ago, I was saying things like, oh, I'm one of the boys. The boys like to play with me because I'm a tomboy. They like me because...
This couldn't be the best segue for something I need you all to know before this channel gets any kind of traffic. Before my channel has even 1 subscriber, which actually, shout out to my first subscriber, you know who you are. You will not. I'm gonna regret saying this later. Hopefully my manifestations come true and I'm on the big screens. I don't even fucking know what that means. You will not. You will not! I need to stop moving this. You will not catch me apologizing for something I did 4 years ago. Actually, maybe that's me cut off. What's the minimum? Yeah, maybe 3. 3 years. You will not catch me. You will not catch me apologizing for anything that happened 3 or more years ago. It's not happening. People grow, people develop. We can talk about it. I'll acknowledge it. But I'm not apologizing for it. If it didn't hurt you then, it shouldn't hurt you now. There's certain influencers that have been getting cancelled as of recently, although they're always getting cancelled. For things they did when they were around my age, right? Maybe even younger. We'll say 20 to 24, right? Is usually where these things are coming up. And a lot of people have been making statements along the lines of, you were 21, you should have known better by then. Which is wild, especially for some of you fucking little Americans. You're not even legally allowed to drink. The government has told you that you are not capable of being outside drunk until you're 21, but you expect people to know better. No, it actually grinds my gears. It grinds my gears because I also think the idea around age and what those ages mean has completely shifted, especially for my zillennial generation. Once upon a time, the 30s used to be our 20s. Do you know what I mean? But now our 20s are our 20s. And people are doing stuff and getting stuff done way too quickly and way too fucking early, in my personal opinion. There's this weird expectation to have things sorted before you're 30. And that was never a huge thing. Like, take Friends, for instance. That really helps me get through my day. I'm pretty sure most of the cast, their characters, like the actual characters, in season 1, most of them were in their very late 20s. Monica was still living in her nan's subletted apartment. None of them had partners whatsoever, let alone owned a building, let alone had a career going. Don't even get me started on Joey. Love him, but goddamn. I can tell you right now, in fact, I hope, I pray, that there are going to be some things that I've said and done today that I may be absolutely disgusted and astonished by 5 years in the future. Because I am, in fact, only 23. And you can argue that I'm a grown adult, but I would also argue that grown adults also have learning to do. And I think that has been made very prominent since the access of social media and TikTok.
He lying to me and I'm lying to him. Fuck it, guess we both ain't shit.
Do we all remember how I said that I have BPD? I could never, and I mean that with full chest. And I don't mean to continue contributing to the disgusting stereotypes that exist because of borderline personality, but unfortunately, some stereotypes exist because they were built on facts. And the fact is, I would take whatever dish she is holding there, and beat him over the head with it. And this is why I've been single for almost 4 years, because I'm doing my community service by staying away from you all. Because my God, Kyles could never, just saying. The Kyles that leave holes in the wall, they could never separate themselves from the female race to better society. They could never do it. Me, on the other hand, no. Same reason I won't have kids. Y'all couldn't handle me. I'm a much better, sustainable, kinder person without men or children in my life. And I beg you all to take notes, because I think it's really important.
Fuck this club up.
Yeah. High heels on my tippies. Dough, say and Gabbana, that's on my titties. Help me vitamins when
I don't like when my best friends have boyfriends. Let's just get into it. Remember that thing I said about my BPD? Probably wondering, why? Is that because you don't get the attention that you used to get? Sometimes. Is it because the dynamic has shifted in a manner that makes you uncomfortable? Sometimes. What is it really? It's that my friends' boyfriends think that they could ever do more or do better than me, bitch. Love them to death, but sometimes my friends accept so much lower than what they deserve. The same rage with that dish there, wanting to hit him over the head. That same rage I feel when I watch my friends get treated poorly by shitty, mediocre Aussie men. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, it was only yesterday I sat on that bed and gave you a 4-hour back massage. It was only yesterday I cooked you a perfectly well-cooked steak. Not well-cooked, that's disgusting. A good medium steak, you know what I'm saying? It was only yesterday that I bought you 21 gifts for your 21st birthday. It was only yesterday. Do you see where I'm going? I did all this in 24 hours. And you're up in here hyping a man? The point is, I just need, this is, I'm not kidding, a direct, so direct message to my friends and other girlies that are watching, and I need you to clip this and send it to your girlies. All I'm saying is, if your best friend is more than capable to make so much time for you in her just as equally busy life and your boyfriend isn't, get rid of him! It's actually just not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Get rid of him. Thankfully, one of my best friends have recently, not that recently, but ditched her boyfriend to go follow her dreams and frolic up in Queensland along the beaches, and I'm so happy for her. Because although he was a lovely man, he just wasn't enough. I don't mean enough as a human being. He is enough. He's valid. Thanks for existing on the planet. But as a boyfriend for my best friend, you weren't enough. You weren't enough. You didn't have that pizzazz that I know my best friend deserves.
How a borderline individual is created. I don't believe that a borderline individual is born. There is a genetic aspect to it. Sure, there's a vulnerability. But it's a process. It's a combination of early childhood experiences, early interactions that are progressively colored by an individual's difficulty in learning from others about themselves. But as a person develops a sense of themselves that's less dependent on others sometimes, they start creating an image of themselves that's kind of self-created, that it becomes almost like a hyperactive creation. They run amok in their own mind and do not check in with other people often enough to find themselves therein. And that's kind of a movement that happens across time. It's hard to arrest that.
A lot of people will characterize people with borderline personality disorder as narcissistic. And the thing is, as someone with BPD, that feels really wrong, like spiritually, internally. But from an outside perspective, especially as someone that studies psychology, I understand how we can come across as narcissistic. But without understanding the disorder, like, you need to understand it to understand how it's just not narcissism. It's not that we prefer and want and can center ourselves and be so in our own shit. We kind of just like don't have a choice a lot of the time. I'm busy. Up in here, I'm busy, bitch. I'm so sorry. I forgot that today was your first day at your job. I'm genuinely sorry, not even being sarcastic. I genuinely feel a whole lot of fucking guilt about it. But I got distracted because I was wondering where my name come from and whether or not there was something special behind it. And then you find out that there's nothing really all that special behind it. And then you start to think, was I even special at all? Was my birth, was my entry into this planet a big deal? Was anyone really happy to see me? And then once I grew up, are people really happy to see me now as an adult? Do people enjoy being around me? Probably not. Who is me? Who is that person? Am I just made up of all the experiences I've come across in life? Am I even original? Are my personality traits just things I've collected from my siblings in my undying journey to be validated and liked by them? Am I even authentic? Do I have an original thought in my brain? I'm sorry I forgot about your first day at work. I had a lot going on over here in my unemployed life, okay?
I'm married! Why are you leaving me if I didn't do anything wrong? I don't understand. I thought you liked me! I'm not staying on this farm! Nothing's gonna keep me here!
Do you know what's funny? I see a lot of things like this, and it makes me want to reflect and be like, yeah, nah, I gave people a really hard time when I was a teenager. And I can say I was a very angry teenager. I was a very angry teenager. I had a lot of things to be angry about. But I don't think I was irrationally erratic. In fact, to this day, I stand behind everything I've ever done. Full-heartedly. There's things that I wish I hadn't have done, but I still stand behind me doing them. Because I know why, I know how, I know the things that led up to it. So when I think about teenage me and all the grief that she could have caused probably my parents the most, I forgive her and I'm not remotely mad at her because she was screaming, throwing tantrums, throwing herself through fucking walls, and still nobody listened to her. To this day, wondering why certain members of the family don't love her. She just wanted to be loved and no one could do it. In fact, she could have written, and I feel as though I have over the years, a step-by-step on how to love her in a way that is sustainable for everyone and makes her feel good. And people would throw out the list. And I know for a fact, as someone that's been in therapy for 10 fucking years, that I'm a great communicator. I make it very clear what's going wrong, why you've hurt me, how you've hurt me, and the impact that it's done. And then the same people repeat. And then suddenly I throw a fucking crowbar through your windscreen and I'm the bad person. I'm the bad person. Really. For legal reasons, I have never thrown a crowbar through a windscreen. Thank you. Alright, we've got to end it off with a funny one.
I'm afraid of getting older.
Oh god, I wonder it's gonna be really interesting to know how this mic holds up to my screaming. I want to do a study behind the color pink and why so many, I think it's blatantly obvious, why so many of us women defy that color. Because my god, has that color really come around for me. There's a lot of comfort in the color pink. It's a lovely color. I was born in the wrong era, but the era I need to be born in hasn't happened yet. I'm a hoster. I love a good party. I like to make people feel good, so much so that I get annoyed when people don't allow me to make them feel good, which evidently doesn't make them feel good because I'm annoyed. So I know there's a flaw in the system. I'm aware. We're working on it. Personal growth! Anyhow, I've just had an idea. I'm about to throw everyone a rebirthing party. A re-feminine birthing party. I need to write that down on my whiteboard. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. Which is really unfortunate because I'm so excited for the future of this channel because in less than 2 months, I am going to Indonesia all on my lonesome. All on my lonesome, all by myself. The first time ever to go on a holiday by myself, full stop, let alone out of the country. So I'm really excited for the videos that are going to be coming from that.
Said I'm the one who's wanted for all the fires you started. You knew the house was burning down. I had to get out. You led your saints and sinners and fed them lies for dinner. You knew the house was burning down. Used to tell you, Greg, Ollie, you were playing for my downfall. You were taking off, Greg, Ollie.
All right, we'll end it on that, shall we? We'll end it on that.